What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you, you know what I'm saying, with my own texts and thoughts. Shout out to my boy Ray Ray, man. He did a mock draft simulator earlier, and I do them myself because I really enjoy doing them, but the ones that I personally like the most, I post them, just so people can see that, this is what you might be able to get if you make moves here and there. Now, in this mock draft, well, in most of my mock drafts, I do a bunch of trading. I don't sit back and wait, for people to fall to me, because look at what happened when Houston wanted Teddy Bridgewater. Minnesota jumped up literally a pick before them. Literally just a pick before them. Now, I'm not saying that was the end all be all for why I bust these trades when I make when I do these mock drafts, but without further ado, because I'm rambling, let me just, let you guys know who in my latest mock draft, who I got. So I traded my original 25th pick back to Tennessee. Tennessee. It kind of bit me in the ass because they ended up taking Obi Melifonwu, and I really wanted him, but I said fuck it. I'm not gonna start it over. I'm gonna keep rolling with it, and I'm gonna see what I can get. So surprisingly, and this guy, he's starting to fall more and more in my mock drafts, and I'm surprised by it, but Mike Williams out of Clemson was there at 25, so Seattle, I knew they wasn't going to take him, because they need offensive line help. So I said, fuck it. I traded up with Seattle and ended up getting their pick. Now with that pick, I took Mike Williams. Why not? If the rumors turn out to be true and all these things do end up happening, Romo will need more weapons to throw to outside of DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Just calling it how I see it, and how a professional would call it, so to say. Next was, I ended up picking back to back in the first round, just because of the fact that I was really scared and terrified at the fact that Kansas City was going to take Deshaun Watson. So, again, doing what any good GM does when they want a player badly enough and they fear that team that's on the clock is going to take him. I traded. Now, yes, it came with the expense of having both back-to-back, first round picks being taken, but with this pick, I did it a little different. So instead of going with, no, I'm sorry, my bad. It was with the Seattle pick. I ended up getting their second round pick also as well in that trade for their, for my future first round pick. So that helped me out a lot. But next, like I said, I went with Deshaun Watson, future quarterback after Romo's gone. I wouldn't mind him sitting behind Romo for 2 years. I would, in fact, to be perfectly honest, if you had to play him, like I said, look at this, say this scenario happened. We bring in Romo, he gets a 2-year deal. He does come in and, hypothetically speaking, we win 2 Super Bowls back to back. That's not bad. That's not a bad way to start a career for Deshaun Watson. I know Bill O'Brien drafted Thomas Savage, but at this point, if you haven't reached the field by now, odds are you're not. And it sucks, but being a backup is what he's probably gonna have to settle for. Just it is what it is. I mean, unless you get traded, unless he gets traded to New York or something, and Brandon Marshall just left there, so I wouldn't want to go there. But moving right along, with the ninth pick that I ended up getting from Cincinnati, I forgot what I traded him to, but I'm gonna just stop talking about what I traded for, because I don't remember all the picks that I traded for. Well, not traded for, but gave them. So at number 9 in the second round, I took T.J. Watt. Now, say what you want, but T.J. Watt is actually a player Bill O'Brien would want, not just because of his last name. The guy can play outside linebacker, inside linebacker. He can put his hand in the dirt and rush from the edge. I mean, as a defensive end. I mean, and he can also drop back in coverage. You know what I'm saying? And he's not a statue. He's not one of those prototypical linebackers that's 6'5", but is gonna run a 4.78 or some shit like that. He's 6'5", 250 basically. I mean, he hit a 4.6. I think it was a low 4.6, but no, I mean my bad. It was a high 4.6, but hey, 4.6 is a 4.6 at 6'5", 250 or 245. Fuck yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Now my next pick, I was shocked because I wish I'd have been recording myself when I was doing the mantra, because I said it. I was like, no way he falls here, because I just don't see it happening. Roderick Johnson out of Florida State. Now, at 6'7", I want to say like 312, 315, solid day one right tackle, in my opinion. Yeah, that's just in my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? Very good against the run, and when it comes down to pass protection, I mean, this year he was pretty good, but like I said, when looking at his track record and whatnot, he blocked for Jameis Winston, and Jameis put up some pretty big numbers. So he had to have had some kind of time, and this guy was creating for him. So yeah. Now, again, having those back-to-back picks, man, and this is why I say you gotta be willing to work your magic in this room, because the draft can make or break a team, and according to this mock draft, it's making us. Now, with the 26th pick, you know what I'm saying, I took Josh Jones out of NC State. Now, normally I be looking at the other safeties and whatnot, but for where I was sitting at and where I took him, I was like, fuck it, I can't pass up on him. He reminds me of what's that safety name that's in New York? Pryor. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of him, but taller. You know what I'm saying? At 6'1", I think he 220. Dude is, I mean, 6'1", 220. He had, I think he hit a 4.4. Yeah, I'll take that in the second round. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Plus the guy can cover, and he's got amazing ball skills. So now the third round, I was hella scared, because I was like, just let him fall. Because if he falls, I'm taking him. With the 7th pick in the third round, my tight end, my personal favorite. If you watched any of my other videos, you know who this guy is. Bucky Hodges out of Virginia Tech. I love me some Bucky Hodges, man. At 6'7", 245, sub 4.5. I'll take that any day. I mean, this guy is gonna be a consistent target for Tony Romo for the next 2 years, just off the fact that he would cause that kind of mismatch problem. Now, and I know I keep saying Tony Romo as if he's already here, but the writing's on the wall. Let's just call it for what it is. I really do believe he's gonna be here. Moving right along with the 13th pick in the third round, and I was surprised that he fell, but I wasn't really surprised due to his incident. Now, running back was a position that I wanted to secure for the future, and I also wanted to get a reliable back that could, give Lamar Miller a true break. Because personally, Alfred Blue he's not that kind of back to me. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my personal opinion on him. But Joe Mixon, out of Oklahoma, I got an A-. I mean, out of Oklahoma, man, this dude's a beast. That's just the best way to sum it up. He's a beast. Next in the fourth round, basically from here on out, I was just getting filler picks. Well, actually, no. These next two aren't filler picks. They actually play key roles. Shaquille Griffin out of UCF, Central Florida. Now, I was surprised I was surprised with him out of out of the cornerback group. I was surprised with him the most. At 6 foot, I want to say like 187, ran a convincing 4.3. Seeing as how we just let AJ Boye go, and looking at how the defensive back coach, I forget his name at the moment, but looking at how he was able to coach up and help AJ Boye progress, I want to see what he can do with this kid. Moving right along with the 7th pick in the 5th round, I took Josh Harvey Clemens. Now, this kid here gives you a solid enforcer in the back end. Now, he's not going to come in and start right away, but he can contribute on special teams early, and eventually, I say after a year or two, he'll probably make his way onto the field. Now, it's 6'5", 225, or I think it's 220. Physical presence in the backfield. You basically got another Cam Chancellor back there, and we see how he's producing over there in Seattle. You want that kind of thumper back there. You pair him up with Josh Jones, and you got your safety tandem. Moving right along with the 25th pick in the 5th round, I took Josh Reynolds. Now, I know you would think, well, why haven't you taken a guard? Why haven't you taken a cover linebacker? Well, I'm judging this mock draft based off of the fact that Houston does go out and try to sign Dante Hightower, although it's reported that he's possibly resigning with the Patriots. I'm hoping that isn't true. I'm not saying it. Well, not that it's not true, but I hope it doesn't happen. But Josh Reynolds, he gives Romo another option, at receiver, because face it, last year the wide receiver core was hurt, and it hurt us as a team. It hurt Brock's production, although it really wasn't much production to begin with. It hurt him. It hurt him as well. But Josh Harvey Clemens, man, he gives you a good deep threat weapon. You can pair him up with Mike Williams and Hop and the rest of the crew, and you got guys that can catch balls for days. With the 4th pick in the 6th round, I took Jeremy Clark, corner out of Michigan. Now, at 6'3", I want to say 220, dude is a physical press man corner, physical as they come. And personally, I like that. You know what I'm saying?